In a landmark decision, the Supreme Court has ruled that recording evidence is mandatory in disciplinary proceedings where major penalties such as dismissal or demotion are proposed. This decision is not just a procedural change, it represents a fundamental shift in how disciplinary actions are conducted, ensuring that every step is documented and transparent. This ruling marks a significant step towards ensuring fairness and transparency in administrative actions. It aims to eliminate any ambiguity or bias that might arise during such proceedings, providing a clear and indisputable record of events. It underscores the importance of due process and natural justice, particularly when an individual's career and reputation are at stake. The decision ensures that all parties involved have access to the same information, thereby leveling the playing field and preventing any potential misuse of power. The judgment has far-reaching implications for employers, employees, and disciplinary authorities alike. Employers must now ensure that their disciplinary processes are robust and transparent, while employees can feel more secure knowing that their rights are protected. This ruling is not merely a legal technicality, it strikes at the heart of fair play and accountability. It serves as a reminder that justice must not only be done, but must also be seen to be done, reinforcing public confidence in the legal system. By mandating the recording of evidence, the Supreme Court has provided a crucial safeguard against arbitrary and unjust disciplinary actions. This measure ensures that there is a verifiable record that can be reviewed if there are any disputes or allegations of unfair treatment. The judgment is a testament to the judiciary's commitment to upholding the principles of natural justice and ensuring that individuals are not subjected to unfair treatment. It highlights the importance of transparency and accountability in maintaining the integrity of the legal process. This decision is poised to usher in a new era of transparency and accountability in disciplinary proceedings. It sets a new standard for how such processes should be conducted, ensuring that all actions are documented and can be scrutinized if necessary. By setting a clear precedent for the recording of evidence, the Supreme Court has strengthened the foundations of a just and equitable society. This ruling will likely influence future cases and encourage other jurisdictions to adopt similar measures. The ruling is a powerful reminder that even in matters of administrative action, the principles of natural justice must prevail. It emphasizes that fairness and transparency are not optional, but essential components of any disciplinary process. The judgment has been widely hailed by legal experts and human rights activists as a victory for individual rights and a significant step towards ensuring a fairer and more just society. It demonstrates the judiciary's role in protecting the rights of individuals and maintaining the balance of power. By shining a light on the importance of transparency and accountability, the Supreme Court has reinforced the fundamental principles of justice and fairness that underpin our legal system. This decision will serve as a guiding light for future reforms and help build a more equitable society for all. The case that culminated in this landmark judgment involved a government employee who was facing disciplinary proceedings for alleged misconduct. This employee, who had served diligently for many years, suddenly found himself at the center of a legal storm that would eventually lead to a significant judicial pronouncement. The employee challenged the disciplinary action, arguing that the evidence against him was not properly recorded, thereby violating his right to a fair hearing. He contended that the procedures followed were not only flawed, but also biased, making it impossible for him to defend himself adequately. The case made its way through various courts, with each decision adding another layer to the debate on the necessity of recording evidence in disciplinary proceedings. As the case progressed, it attracted significant media attention, with legal experts and commentators weighing in on the broader implications of the case. The employee's primary contention was that the lack of recorded evidence made it impossible for him to effectively challenge the allegations against him or to demonstrate that the disciplinary proceedings were flawed. He argued that without a proper record, the entire process lacked transparency and fairness. He argued that the absence of a clear record of the evidence presented during the proceedings created a significant disadvantage for him and made it difficult for him to receive a fair hearing. This lack of documentation, he claimed, was a fundamental breach of his rights and undermined the integrity of the disciplinary process. The case highlighted the inherent power imbalance that often exists between employers and employees, particularly in disciplinary proceedings. This imbalance can lead to situations where employees feel powerless and unable to defend themselves against potentially unjust actions. Without a proper record of the evidence, employees may find it challenging to prove their innocence or to demonstrate that the disciplinary action taken against them was unjust or disproportionate to the alleged misconduct. This issue is not just about one individual but speaks to a systemic problem that affects many employees across various sectors. The Supreme Court, recognizing the significance of the issue at hand, agreed to hear the case. This decision was seen as a pivotal moment, as it provided an opportunity to address the broader questions of fairness and transparency in disciplinary proceedings. The court's decision to review the case signaled the importance of the questions raised and the need for clarity on the legal requirements for conducting fair and transparent disciplinary proceedings. Legal scholars and practitioners eagerly awaited the court's ruling, anticipating that it would set a precedent for future cases. The stage was set for a landmark ruling that would have far-reaching implications for employers and employees alike. The outcome of this case would not only impact the individual involved but also shape the legal landscape for disciplinary proceedings in the future, ensuring that fairness and transparency are upheld in all such matters. In a unanimous decision, the Supreme Court ruled that in all disciplinary proceedings where major penalties are proposed, recording evidence is not merely desirable, but mandatory. The court categorically stated that failure to do so would constitute a violation of natural justice and fair procedure, rendering the proceedings null and void. The court emphasized that the recording of evidence is not a mere formality, but an essential safeguard against potential abuse of power, and a cornerstone of a fair and transparent disciplinary process. By mandating the recording of evidence, the court aimed to level the playing field and ensure that employees are not subjected to arbitrary or unjust disciplinary actions. The Supreme Court's verdict sent a clear message that the principles of natural justice and fair procedure are paramount, even in administrative proceedings. The judgment underscored the judiciary's commitment to safeguarding individual rights and ensuring that all stakeholders are held accountable to the same standards of fairness and transparency. Section 4. Pillars of the ruling recording natural justice and fair procedure. The Supreme Court's reasoning for mandating the recording of evidence rested on three fundamental pillars. First, the importance of having a precise and reliable account of the proceedings cannot be overstated. Recorded evidence provides an accurate and reliable account of the proceedings, reducing the possibility of disputes arising from faulty memory or biased interpretations. This is particularly crucial in complex cases where the details can be easily misconstrued or forgotten over time. This ensures that all parties have access to the same set of facts when reviewing the case or appealing the decision, minimizing the risk of misunderstandings or misinterpretations. It levels the playing field, ensuring that no party has an undue advantage over the other. Second, the act of recording the evidence promotes transparency by creating an objective record of the proceedings, accessible to all parties involved. This transparency is a cornerstone of a fair judicial process. Recording the evidence promotes transparency by creating an objective record of the proceedings accessible to all parties involved. This objective record serves as a safeguard against any potential manipulation or alteration of the facts. This transparency fosters accountability by enabling scrutiny of the decision-making process, ensuring that disciplinary actions are based on solid evidence and sound reasoning. It allows for a thorough examination of the judicial process, making sure that every step is justified and fair. This openness helps to build trust and confidence in the fairness of the disciplinary process. Third, the availability of a comprehensive record is indispensable in cases of appeal or judicial review. In cases of appeal or judicial review, a comprehensive record of the evidence presented is crucial for a fair and effective assessment of the case. Without such a record, the appellate court would be at a significant disadvantage, unable to fully understand the context and nuances of the original proceedings. Courts can only review the legality, rationality, and fairness of disciplinary proceedings if they have access to a complete and accurate record of the evidence upon which the decision was based. This ensures that justice is not only done, but is seen to be done, maintaining the integrity of the judicial system. Section 5. Safeguarding individual rights, a shield against arbitrary actions. This landmark ruling is pivotal in safeguarding the rights of individuals facing disciplinary actions. By mandating the recording of evidence, the Supreme Court has provided a crucial shield against potential abuse of power by employers or disciplinary authorities. The judgment ensures that individuals are not subjected to arbitrary or unfounded accusations without the opportunity to defend themselves effectively. By leveling the playing field, the ruling empowers individuals to challenge disciplinary actions that lack proper evidentiary basis, fostering a work environment that is both fair and just. This landmark ruling serves as a powerful reminder that the principles of natural justice and due process are not mere abstract ideals, but enforceable rights that must be upheld in both letter and spirit. By strengthening the safeguards against arbitrary actions, the Supreme Court has reinforced the fundamental principles of fairness and accountability that underpin a just and equitable society.